Alright, we put the new bearing in. The seal's on the inside. I took a picture of that. Alright, so you can't really see, it's dark. There's a seal in there. That seal contains the motor oil. It holds all the motor oil in the motor. On four-wheelers, everybody misdiagnoses four-wheelers when there's oil or water mixing with the oil. It automatically think head gasket. But the way these water pumps run off of the internals of the motor, if that seal, that inner seal right there fails, water can get from, this is the water pump housing, the squirrel cage there, water can leak through that into the motor because you've got 16 psi water pressure pushing against that seal. So if that seal fails, then water's getting in the motor. Normally you have this weep hole, but the water will squirt down into that because there is one more seal. And I lost it. Oh, there it is. This seal, but it actually seals on this top ring here, the back of that guy. So that's your first. That's your water seal there, and then it's supposed to come down the weep hole. But if the weep hole is blocked, then it'll blast into the motor. Alright, new seal's in, pounded in with a socket and a hammer. Really wasn't that bad. I thought it was going to go in really, really tight and hard. I wish I knew what this kit was for too, because it came with a whole bunch of seals and stuff. The snap ring, well, that little C-clip, snap ring, whatever you guys call it, that's for when the pump goes through, it goes on the end of the shaft here. You stab it through and it clips on the other side so it can't come back out. And that copper crush ring in there is for the drain on the pump housing. I got that. But what the heck are these other O-rings for? My bike doesn't have O-rings on it. They're not for there. That wouldn't fit there, and that wouldn't fit there. I don't know why they'd give you that anyways. Yeah. I guess it is the whole kit, the crankcase cover and everything. What is that called? The magneto cover. But that's about it. So now the pump should kind of move that seal up a little bit. Well, I'm going to put some grease on the shaft there and slip it through. That way it doesn't tear that inner seal. Alright, I wish I would have got more footage of that. But it's in there. You have to shove the turbine through. And then there's that inner seal is actually spring loaded. It's got a spring in there. And you have to compress it with one hand. And then you got to use these little pliers, little clip pliers. And you got to get the clip on there, and all with just, 2 hands. You almost need a third or fourth hand. But it's on there. This particular setup, now I see why they say, you got to have water in there. That your coolant is your lubricant. And that is true in this case, because this is so much pressure pushing against that seal, and lubricant gets up against it and basically lubricates it. But I put a little bit of gear oil on there as a lubricant for now. But that's about it.